Hello and welcome to the Corner Flag, a monthly. Fuck off, that's a great start. Hello and welcome to the Corner Flag, a weekly football podcast that has not let the title challenge slip just yet. On this episode, we talk about a cracking game at Old Trafford, we talk about a crackingly boring game at Goodison, and we also talk about Mario Balotellie's selfie. Mukesh, you want to talk about the derby? We have to start with the derby.
No, let's talk about Arsenal Dortmund derby. That's the derby we're going to talk about.
See, I think it's just your negativity that has reached Liverpool.
No, I'm feeling so sad. I don't feel like doing this podcast at this moment because I'm still reeling from the loss. It's a loss. A draw is a loss at this point.
Yeah, at somewhere in the Andamans, a jubilant Akarsh is celebrating.
I don't think he's found out yet. He'll probably find out next week.
Yeah, but it was. Would you say it was a boring game?
It was a very boring game that had potential. Like there were moments where the build-up looked like it could lead to something big, but I guess there weren't any good finishes.
All right.
Which I expect from Everton, but just not from. It's not from Liverpool.
Okay.
Salah missed 2 good chances. So still upset about that. He hasn't hit form. Something we should be worried about because it's been a bunch of games. Like most of the big games, except for I think Napoli and Arsenal, he's pretty much not scored.
Right. Okay. I read this somewhere on the internet. I think somebody tweeted this or something. But apparently, there's some sort of friction between Salah and Mane. Like Salah doesn't like to pass to Mane when Mane is playing through the center.
No, I think the issue is that Salah is characteristically a selfish striker. Or not striker, winger, whenever he plays, right? Goal scorer.
Right.
What I should use.
Right.
Especially when they put him, make him play striker. This game he didn't, but normally when they play striker, he never passes that much and he goes for the goal himself. Which is great when you're in goal scoring form. But which is not so good when you miss goals as he has been missing in the last couple of games, especially in the big ones.
And Sane is in form.
Mane is in form, yes.
Mane. I'm sorry. I got confused between the two Maharashtrian sounding surnames in English football. Yeah. Salah Mane is also how I refer to my neighbor when he blocks the road to my... So Salah Mane. But yeah.
So which is why I think there is, I'm guessing this was a stipulation at this point, but yeah, I think it's because Mane is hit in form in the last couple of games he's scored a brace in the last game against Watford.
Yeah.
And it's like this, like they could have scored 2 goals against Watford and they could have saved 2 more for today. For yesterday's game. Oh, what a disastrous game. Sorry, it's just so sad talking about it.
Mukesh is so sad he has forgotten how football scoring works.
I wish you could
the away goal format.
I wish you could spread goals. That's the thing. It's not even away. It's Everton. It's like 10 meters away.
Yeah.
Like when Liverpool plays Everton, it's not really called an away game.
Yeah.
It's the same. I've seen Goodison Park. It's like 30 meters away. God.
I think I just want to play a little bit of Tanhai right now because that's your state of being right now.
Yeah, but also interestingly about the post-match, did you hear Klopp's comments?
Of course I did. Firstly, he got slagged off by an Everton ball boy.
Oh, that hurt.
That was just great when an Everton ball boy is clapping in your face. Like, I'm sure Klopp wanted to go full Nazi Germany on him.
Oh yeah, he wanted to destroy that guy. He had that look, like heavy metal.
He had that heavy metal look. And he smiled at the end. But you knew though, that smile, that was hiding craziness. He bared all his teeth like a tiger bares its teeth when it's just about to pounce on prey.
Yeah.
But he smiled and walked off. And that was just, it was great for us. Probably not so great for Liverpool fans like yourself. Yeah. And then he goes into the post-match conference and says the wind was an issue. And I'm sorry, this is a guy who at the 0-0 draw against United said United's injuries cost them the game because it fucked with their rhythm.
No, I think he was talking about... here's where I'll give him benefit of the doubt in that press match conference. I think he was referring to Liverpool's own injury.
No, he was not. Liverpool had 1 injury.
Exactly. So I think he's talking about the accumulation of injuries leading up to Firmino's. But I think where I will not forgive him is about I think against Leicester when we drew the match, he said it was snow and because it was snowing, people weren't used to it. I thought a summer camp can't let you forget snow.
He's clearly a man who may not have planned the victory but has planned a reason for the defeat / loss.
Can't be laughing at these jokes.
He's blamed snow. He's blamed the injuries to the opposing team. He's now blamed wind. I have reason to suspect that he is now going to blame alcohol. He's going to blame the weather conditions in Guatemala.
He's like Captain Planet.
Yeah,
except for
he's going to blame.
excuses.
He's going to blame traffic in Bangalore. He's going to blame the metro construction in Bombay. He's going to blame his doctor. He's going to blame the fucking hernia that James Milner has.
No, and then he's just going to blame Brendan Rodgers for coming to the Premier League.
yeah. It's one short of blaming old Brendan Rodgers.
But you know what surprised me about the game is the I didn't really agree with the substitution tactics. I think the opening 11 was a tight 11. That worked for me. But
Against Everton.
Against Everton.
Yeah.
But I didn't agree with the fact that, of course, he got on Firmino, which is great. I mean, he was injury prone. He shouldn't have to be brought on at such a stage. But he got on Milner. And I don't see, because Trent was attacking really well.
Yeah.
Robertson was attacking really well.
Yeah.
The defensive bits were held together, right?
Yeah.
You took out Wijnaldum, who's probably a most creative midfielder in the Liverpool midfield, considering the other two are Henderson and Fabinho, right?
Fair. Yeah.
And you got on Milner as opposed to Shaqiri, who was meant for the substitution, who's proven himself as a substitution in derbies. Right? Against Man United, he scored two a brace, if you remember.
Right.
That great game. Oh, so good to watch. Let me relive in the past for a bit. But
Hey,
anyway.
you know what? In a certain sense, it was a great game for us as well because this is the last game that Jose was in charge. And then shit has turned. So we would like to thank the people of Liverpool.
Oh, no. Big Shaq, what have you
doing
done? And then he gets on Lallana. Please tell me, what is a Lallana? Why is a Lallana? What is the point of Lallana? When you have Naby Keita sitting on your bench, there's Sturridge, who's a known goal scorer, especially in the
But
last
then
10
again,
minutes.
Naby Keita and Sturridge haven't really played well for Liverpool in the past
And this
few
Lallana,
matches.
on the other hand, is
I mean, there's no other
which is
option.
one goal since 2017. Great form. What is the point? Who are you expecting?
I think Adam Lallana is in Liverpool only because he used to play for Southampton. There's
Yeah.
no other credible reason
he's there
why.
to give Lovren and Van Dijk company.
Yeah,
That's
there's no reason. Like he's the ambassador from Southampton to Liverpool who makes it easier. He's the guy who does the orientation for the new Southampton players who come to Liverpool.
Right now, he's barely a body. Like he's just about there for that. So I don't agree with those tactics. I don't know. There are tactics you don't agree with, but you see the logic in them. But here, I think either I'm too stupid for these decisions, or like Klopp did a blunder. And if I was Shaqiri, I would probably be drafting a letter a seriously and strongly worded letter to Klopp, looping in Adam Lallana. Like that's how angry I'd be.
There are certain midfielders in this team that are getting game time as opposed to me. I will not name those midfielders, just put them on CC.
Their name rhymes with Bolana. He would have gotten the ball. I would have called him Adam Bolana. Another interesting thing he said post-match is that he's happy chasing, or to some effect of that he's happy chasing, and there's still 9 games left. And again, to give him credit and to not cut too much slack from the team, which is that there are still 9 games left, anything could happen. And I feel like teams have been attacking Man City in the last 2-3 games. Because Man City had to fight for Bournemouth made them fight.
Yeah,
Palace made them fight.
of course, they did. But it's not like they're dropping points.
No, exactly. So I think there are enough games. There's still the last quarter is left of the season, 9 games.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is now that you put Man City, it's like Man City's cup. It's Man City's title to lose.
Yeah,
Whereas
it
if
is.
Liverpool have lost, and it's not good.
It's not over till it's over though. It's only a 1-point difference.
Yeah.
Things might just work out. I hope they
Knowing
don't.
Liverpool, they Arsenal it very well in the last quarter.
I mean, they've Liverpooled it essentially because this is not something that's new to Liverpool. They've bottled it before.
But bottling in the last quarter is a very Arsenal thing to do. So I
Fair.
guess that's the kind of team that I support. And I don't think Liverpool have any team winners. I don't think they have any winners who know how to handle the situation. And it's really ironic that Van Dijk, who's come from Southampton, was the only one playing like a champion.
Yeah.
If he's not, also, what do you think about this? There's been a lot of suggestions of this, and I genuinely think it should happen. Which is that he is the biggest contender, the best contender for Player of the Year from
Liverpool or from the
from the
Premier
league. Wait, from the league. What do you say from the Liverpool? I mean, the whole league is definitely Player of the Year. You haven't had,
Virgil van Dijk.
yeah, you haven't had breakout strikers like Harry Kane or Salah. You haven't had exceptionally great midfield performances this year. Aguero hasn't been at his best. I mean, that's no striker front. Midfield, I don't know who's been doing exceptionally well. You haven't had goalkeepers. You haven't had De Gea hasn't had a De Gea season.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of other goalkeepers who've done well. Like Fabianski's done fairly well in the first half of the season.
To be enough to be Player of the Year. Like this man has taken
not
his
Player
team
of the Year.
second, blocked, changed. Like have you realized where we're reaching right now? We're talking about a point where Liverpool defensively are great.
Yeah.
And you were criticizing the attack, and that hasn't happened since the days of Carragher.
I would name Virgil van Dijk player of the season only for kicking Dejan Lovren out. Like that's reason enough for me to
Somebody out
vote
of
for
job.
it. Yeah, I don't even support Liverpool, but I'm happy that Dejan Lovren is not getting game time.
I just hope he isn't scooped away because I'm sure Barcelona and Real Madrid are watching, and I doubt.
For Dejan Lovren.
No, please take him away for Van Dijk. So I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. But that was of course Liverpool, Everton. Let's talk about my team. Let's talk about United, Southampton. Oh, what a game!
Yeah, I think credit to Southampton. For
Credit to
scoring.
Southampton. They played really
What
well.
fantastic goals!
Although here's the thing, all right, both the Southampton goals were goals that we couldn't do anything against. Like sure, Ward-Prowse's free kick shouldn't have let go of a foul that close to the penalty area, and that's something that you can't really.
plan for or
Yeah,
try to play for.
it happens. You know, fouls happen in a game, and especially at that stage in the game, they happen. And Ward-Prowse is a fantastic dead ball specialist. So when he lined up for the free kick, like when I was watching the game, I knew it was going in. Like I had this feeling that was going to go in, and it did, and it was just frustrating because we had done so well to come back to 2-1 from 1-0 down. Which was also a spectacular goal by Valerie. His first goal in the Premier League for the youngster. Rocket.
And I think it sucks because he's never going to score a better goal. He's just going to score.
I would be happy being that goal scorer. Like if I was in his place, I play right back as well. I would love to score that goal and then never score ever. Just retire on a high, just score that goal at that moment.
I would love it.
If I was Valerie, as soon as the ball went in, I would be like, sub me off, take my t-shirt off, put like a coat, get my testimonial done at the same time. Have a stand named after me somewhere.
Player retires on debut.
Unveiling of a statue outside the stadium and then straight onto the tunnel, maybe back into the dugout as player manager. Now he's coach. I'd do that, man. Like that was a great goal. It was worthy of the final goal of his career. But so that was a great goal. And then Lukaku kind of comes back. Of course, sorry, it was Andreas who got us level. Also spectacular goal. Andreas basically saying anything you can do, I can do.
Yeah, that was.
He deserved that goal. He's such a good
also,
lad.
I think the commentator said that you're expecting him to pass to, because that's the usual play, right? You pass it to the wing back, the full back who's going to put it in, but then fantastic goal to shoot from outside. And also the audacity. And has he displayed such audacity before, or is it something new?
So here's the thing. Andreas Pereira has always been the type of player who can take long shots. He's a dead ball specialist as well. So whenever he's playing for the reserves or he's playing for the under-21s, he takes the dead balls. He's a very good free kick taker. I think he took a couple of fantastic free kicks for us in pre-season. So he's known to be really good at dead ball opportunities. And even this strike, if you saw, it was the perfect placement. It was the perfect curler, right amount of power, right amount of curve, right amount of dip. I could totally see that as a free kick that he would dispatch.
Oh, fair. It had the quality of it had the look of.
Yeah, even though it was an open play, it had the look and the feel of a fucking fantastic free kick. And if you noticed, like he also put in a few really good balls. Like before the goal, in the first half, he had a very good shot on target, which was dipping ferociously. And the Southampton keeper miscalculated. He rushed out, but then he had to scramble back and tip it over the bar. Had he not tipped that was dipping straight into goal. So that was this thing. Lovely. And there was another cross that he put in. Beautiful cross from the right wing. Just primed for Lukaku to tap it in with his head. Lukaku just missed it by about an inch. He got a bit of head onto it, but not enough power. He just didn't make it in time. But that was a peach of a delivery.
That's okay, because he made up for it, Lukaku.
He made up for it. Yeah, he made up for it with 2 goals with his right foot.
And also at the 88th minute, like he scored the winner, which is again a fan.
Yeah, Fergie time is back at Old Trafford. and in fact, Ralph Hasenhüttl actually said that in the era of Sir Alex Ferguson, teams could not go to Old Trafford and think of getting points. It was such a tough place to go. And that changed after he left because teams were getting a lot of points at Old Trafford, which is true under Moyes, under Van Gaal, even under Mourinho. Old Trafford was not a fortress. It's slowly becoming one now. Like Ole is really getting us back to the Fergie era in the sense that we're always fighting, we're always attacking, we're not shy to take shots from distance. We're not shy to take risks. We're not...
I feel like crying, guys.
Yeah, we're fighting till the very end. We're not giving up. Everybody wants to play for the shirt. Everybody's giving their all. Pogba's defending.
Yeah, for me, that is just spectacular.
Like,
Pogba's now defending is just great. And De Gea is always constant.
Yeah.
He's always been spectacular.
Yeah, he's killing it. And Lukaku, right foot, all his life he has been such a terribly one-footed player. Suddenly he's unlocked this new power. You know how you play Mortal Kombat and you like play enough to unlock new skills? Like
Yeah.
you can suddenly do a fatality because you now know the code. I think Lukaku's gone through that video game transformation in his head.
That too, he's from Everton. Oh God, this week was so sad. Played for Everton. But yeah, that was a good fucking game for you guys.
It was a good game. That means we are, of course. I mean, Arsenal Tottenham was a draw, 1-1. Aubameyang penalty miss.
Oh,
Pogba also penalty miss. By the way, I don't even want to talk about it. It happens. It happens. People miss penalties.
Oh
It
yeah,
happens.
I'll tell you what, if Lukaku hadn't scored that winner and Pogba missed that penalty, oh my God, this conversation would be so different. Oh,
Yeah,
so close.
yeah,
History
fair.
is made in the
Yeah.
margins. Yes, history is made in the margins.
That's true. But yeah, so Tottenham Arsenal 1-1
Oh, again, another sad game for me. Another team that actually two teams I really want them to do well.
Yeah.
Weird level, Arsenal and Tottenham both played, I think, pretty well. I think, but boring result. I would have liked to win because it's just one of those games. I was exceptionally happy because Ramsey scored, which
Right.
I think should be his last. I think it's his.
I think
Last-
it's his last
last
season.
London-
He's signed for Juventus. I think.
So
Yeah, which and yeah, it's a perfect result for us honestly because Tottenham and Arsenal dropping points together means that we now go up into fourth place with a 1 point gap.
there's
And,
9 points behind Liverpool.
I believe so.
Thank God.
Not bad.
But there's still 9 games to go. Could
Yeah.
be anything. At this
Yeah,
point.
yeah. I'm counting on it. I love the pessimism that you show.
No, I think it's just this week was like something you foresaw from a distance. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You saw it happening. Like that loss to Man City at the beginning of the year was the time you just had this inkling that, oh God, this is where it begins, and that's sort of where it began because it was 7 points before us, 7 points ahead of them before the game,
Yeah.
and look where we are now, just
Yeah.
1 point behind them, and goal difference has gone past.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like I don't think goal difference barely matters now. I think there's 7 points ahead of us in terms of goal difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all about keeping up now. It's all about
Yeah.
you guys need to win every game and you
We
need
hope
to
that they have-
hope that they drop points at some
Yeah.
point. Let's quickly move on to Chelsea versus Fulham. 2-1 to Chelsea.
Yeah, the shitty team did well finally.
The
Good for
shitty
them.
team did well finally. You can't see this, listeners, but Prashant is jacking off right now.
You can, if you pay attention, you can hear it.
You can hear it. But 2-1 victory. This was obviously
Prashant, stop it! Stop it, Prashant! Stop it!
no, but this was Scott Parker's first game in charge. Scott Parker, of course, previously off Chelsea, now in the hot seat at Fulham as interim manager after the sacking of Claudio Ranieri. Did you agree with the sacking?
I did. I think we discussed this because maybe as
Yeah.
much as I love Ranieri and I just
Yeah.
want him to do well,
Yeah.
he's not going to save a team from relegation.
Yeah, it's not
I don't
that-
think
it's
Scott
not-
Parker is going to save the team from relegation, but either way.
Yeah,
somebody in the interim.
That's probably why he's interim. And I think Fulham is also seeing everything that's happening at United saying ex-player, interim, turns things around. Blueprint.
This should just Kamara to
Yeah.
manage
Oh,
them.
God. But yeah, Scott Parker. And there was a glimmer of hope because Chelsea went up 1-0 through Higuain very early in the
Great,
match.
the panic buy has been working for him.
But immediate response by Fulham to score that goal. It was Callum Chambers, was it? I think it was Callum Chambers. I'm not sure, but corner run from the far post, nobody marking him, easy finish. And you thought,
And it looked like the goal of a team that is on the resurgence. Like
Yeah.
It looked like a goal that probably Liverpool or Man United or Arsenal scored that level. I mean,
yeah, team on a resurgence. Are you talking about Fulham or Chelsea? Because they really do feel like that. And we were talking about this just before we started recording that the fallout between Kepa and Sarri has actually turned out to do well for them because
yeah, maybe this is it because I feel like Kepa got punished because I don't think he started the last game.
he didn't.
And Great Sari's clearly sent out a message saying you're either with me or you don't play the game.
Yeah.
And then you have Higuain scoring, which sort of makes
Yeah.
Sarri stand out a little more.
Yeah.
His decisions stand out a little more.
Yeah.
And you have the team back to winning ways, albeit against Fulham.
Yeah.
But it's something. It's a
Yeah.
good confidence booster.
I just think that the fallout between Kepa and Sarri might have just got back so much togetherness at Chelsea that they now suddenly become like the best team in the world. Like they'll go on to win the Champions League even without being in the Champions League.
Just
Like,
win
they'll
the Premier League.
like whoever's playing the final at the Atletico Madrid Wanda Metropolitana Stadium, that's where the final is. whoever's playing the final, just Chelsea just walks in the middle and just brushes one team off and starts scoring goals.
And they send in only 8 players.
Yeah.
They're like, without Kepa. Like, Kepa's not even
fuck
playing
it.
that
Now
well.
we'll fuck everyone. But yeah, because I think fair play to them. I think they managed the entire situation really well. Whatever the PR statement was about it just being a misunderstanding, and I know we kind of caught the bluff there, and not just us, a lot of publications and websites all over the world caught that bluff, and
Great
everybody
PR move,
said it was just a basic PR tactic to say it's a misunderstanding when it's obviously not. I'm sure a few heated words must have been exchanged, and Sari has obviously fined him a week or 2 weeks' wages, has dropped him for the next game, rightfully so, but then has got him back for Fulham and said, you know what, it's done and dusted. You've apologized. You've been fined. I've punished you by not, starting you in one game. You're still my first choice keeper. You're back in the lineup. Now fucking show us what you got. And he made some great saves.
What fantastic
saves.
Made
some great saves. So, yeah, I think Chelsea on the resurgence a little bit.
And good for Sarri for handling the situation so well, because I feel like such a disaster, like Mourinho would have destroyed the situation.
Mourinho would have...
He would have resigned.
That would have been the implosion.
Yeah, exactly. So Sarri has dealt with the crisis well, and maybe he's that sort of a manager. He needs a crisis upon which he builds up his success, hopefully. Because you want him to do well.
Yeah.
Sarri ball is the thing. I don't want Chelsea to do well. I want him to do well.
Yeah. Cool, but that was essentially all the important matches that we needed to talk about.
Prashant's also finally
finished. Yeah, that was the roundup of the important matches. We are now going to take you to a new segment where we talk about all the fun stuff that's happening in the world of football in a segment that we like to call Fun Stuff in Football. Boop, boop.
This is fun stuff. This is fun stuff. This is fun stuff. In football.
Yeah, this one's not going to have the poop at the end of it. I'm going to start off the first ever fun stuff in football with none other than Mario Balotellie.
Ex-Liverpool player who's doing fantastically well. Oh, I love the guy.
Yeah.
Now.
It's so important to add that little asterisk with conditions apply at the end of the sentence, which is, I love Mario Balotellie. I think even his mom uses the asterisk. I love Mario Balotellie, but conditions apply. But Balotellie, of course, he was playing for Olympique Marseille. He scored off a corner, fantastic goal, and then went on to take his phone from a cameraman behind the goal, called his teammates, and took a selfie.
And his teammates are also, if you see in the video, his teammates are like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah.
And then he just has done it. How many games do you think he just had a guy holding his cell phone for before he scored?
At least 2.
I was going to say, I think he's that guy hold it for the entire season.
Yeah.
And he's like, now, it's going to be now. And there were a lot of fuck-ups at some
I'm
point.
sure he scored like earlier this
No, he scored, but then the guy forgot the cell phone. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
There's a cameraman looking for the cell phone. And Balotelli celebrating, just silently.
Yeah.
Because he's also done something like this before.
He has.
With Man City, where he lifts up his t-shirt and there's a sweatshirt underneath that says, why always me?
Why always me?
Well done, good for him. What are you going to say? Sorry.
I think he's the type of player who puts more thought into his celebrations than he does his football. And that's why he'll never be one of the greatest players in the world, even though he had the potential to be.
I feel like he can still be. Like he probably has the...
not anymore.
He can be a great. I tell you what, if he but yeah, no, what Balotelli's never going to get disciplined.
Yeah, he's not. Like you just heard yourself saying those words and then...
As I was seeing them, they sound like, nah, that guy's not going to be disciplined. He cost a manager his career.
Yeah.
And Rodgers. His career at Liverpool, rest in peace.
But the interesting thing is, Pro Evo Soccer 2019 has added this celebration in the game. There's actually a fucking celebration where Balotelli is taking a selfie.
And what a cool celebration, right? I'm surprised players haven't thought of it earlier.
Yeah, they haven't. I think it's only the Ballman who can. You need that sort of craziness.
And I feel like that's something that future players are going to do.
Yeah.
That's how they be cocky.
Yeah.
They start taking selfies, they start shooting videos. But again, Gerrard kissed the camera. So I guess that was the cocky thing to do back then.
That was the cocky thing to do back then. Balotelli, you think he'll survive in the Premier League again? You want him back in the Premier League?
I want him back at a club like a Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just where he can fuck around, where he'll definitely be one of the most talented fellows.
Yeah.
But because he brings drama to the Premier League, which I think we missed until Kepa brought it back. But
yeah.
we need some drama. There's no Mourinho.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. I think he's happy in
think-
his
I'm surprised there hasn't been more of Mourinho and Balotelli.
yeah.
Because I think we were talking.
Has Balotelli ever played for Mourinho? I think they played at Inter.
Yeah, they played an intern. I think there's one bit where Mourinho told him, listen, just survive the next 45 minutes. And then just minute the second half starts, Balotelli gets a red card in the
Yeah.
next minute. It's just outrageous.
I think you have to use reverse psychology on Mario Balotelli. Like he will just out of sheer muscle memory do the exact opposite of what you ask him to do. So if you want him to score, you're like, Mario, you're not going to score. You're shit. You're not going to score in this game. And he'll just get you like
You'll be like, fuck, I'll
two
score 10
hat-tricks.
goals. Yeah.
So, but enough about Mario Balotelli. Let's talk about what's happening in Spain. Gareth Bale is not happy because the fans are booing him.
Oh, come on. I mean, I don't understand what players expect in Real Madrid.
Exactly.
They booed Iker Casillas off. And I think the minute you boot that
Greatest
guy,
servants of the club.
Real Madrid is like Chelsea, that a Chelsea team that does well.
Yeah.
That's basically what they are. And who cares about Real Madrid? And good. And I always believe that Gareth Bale did a mistake going to
I agree.
Real Madrid.
I agree. I don't understand. I mean, again, like I find it weird when I see English players in Spain.
Yep, exactly. And I just feel like they just don't fit.
Yeah, like it happened with Beckham. Like Beckham kind of fit at Real Madrid, but I just couldn't get myself to like. It just doesn't work.
I
Like
think Beckham fit only because it was Beckham the star that fit, not the
yeah,
footballer.
not the footballer. Yeah, it was Beckham the star that fit.
I feel like he could have accomplished more at Tottenham.
Yeah.
Can you imagine midfield?
Can you imagine Bale in
exactly.
today's Tottenham?
Bale, Son, Kane, Christian Eriksen. Oh my God! And there's Laurie at the back, and I mean as a keeper, and you have Vertonghen who's kind of like flourishing. Oh my! That team is just sensational and mouth-watering to even think about. And the pace that they would have, my God! Like I don't know who'd keep up with them. Andrew Robertson would die in that match.
Yeah.
That's the match. Andrew Robertson dies because he hit 250 kilometers per hour and he just collapsed.
What's interesting about the Bale story, though, is that Gareth Bale's agent has said that the Real Madrid fans are a disgrace. Completely agree with him. But then has also said his client isn't going anywhere. I'm like, what are these mixed signals that you're sending the club and the media in general? Like, you don't get to call the fans of a club your client represents a disgrace and then say he's not going anywhere.
I mean, like, yeah, I guess he deserves his atmosphere too.
Yeah.
Where do you think he'll fit? Like,
Man United. He needs to come to Man United.
No,
He's like we've been linked with him for so long.
okay, realistically, where do you think he'll fit? Not as a fan.
Again, Man United. Realistically,
I think he
at
should be
Man
with
United.
Liverpool. I think he should be with Liverpool.
No, he should not. You already have enough players who are not going to win you the league. United have more of a chance of winning
So
the
you
league.
want a player who's not going to win you the league?
No, I'm saying Liverpool have enough players already who are good but will not win the league because Liverpool. United at this point, even though we are fourth and not really like still in a transitional phase with a caretaker manager, have more of a chance of winning the league next year than Liverpool do.
No,
So
I think
just by the virtue of the fact that Liverpool are bottlers, they're chokers.
And I think that's the reason why a Bale will fit at Liverpool, because he's somebody, like I was saying,
Who used to play for Tottenham.
there's been no winner at there's nobody of the current Liverpool team has ever won anything big in their lives, right? Which I feel like, whereas Bale will sort of bring that vibe of somebody who's won, he'll know what to do, because I feel like that's what was missing in Liverpool. Like I said, enough about Liverpool, but yeah, Van Dijk is only. Also, can you imagine that team which sees Van Dijk and Gareth Bale walking out? My God. How amazing will that sight be, and how towering those presences are.
I'm just going to imagine him at United. Luka Modric.
I'm going to imagine him naked. What? Sorry. That's for other podcast about virgins.
No, Luka Modric has said, we miss Ronaldo but back Bale, which is just the worst thing to say at a time like this. So yeah, I don't think Bale is going to last another season at Real Madrid.
I don't think he should. Like,
I don't think he should.
Like, Ramsey has become a legend at Arsenal.
Yeah.
And now he's respectably going to Juventus.
Yeah. And again, Ramsey at Juventus, I cannot see that happen. I don't know.
Oh, really? I was actually going to say that seems like such a good fit, because I love Ramsey as a player.
I'm sure. But again, like, it's just the visual of Aaron Ramsey or any other British player
Oh, okay, you mean like
in a
that.
foreign club just does
I don't know.
not,
I feel like
does
for
not
me,
fit.
Ramsey just fits so beautifully. And him and Ronaldo are the same team, I think.
Yeah,
I'm willing to see those exchanges.
At what point did Aaron Ramsey think, yeah, I'll get to play with Cristiano Ronaldo? Fucking never thought of it.
And at what point did Ronaldo think, oh fuck, I'm going to have to play with Aaron Ramsey at some point?
It'll be hilarious if Aaron Ramsey kicks Ronaldo out of the team. Like he keeps Ronaldo on the bench because Ramsey's now suddenly started doing step overs.
No
and
inch. And he has a good team that can back him up.
Yeah. But staying in Italy, there's an important decision that has been made about the San Siro by Inter and Milan. Of course, San Siro is a stadium that is shared by both Inter and Milan. And now both of those teams are planning on saying goodbye to that iconic stadium and building their own stadium.
Oh, they're going to be 2 new stadiums? And so what's the plan to do with San Siro?
All right. So the report says that the two clubs have decided to build a new home on the car park of the current stadium.
What?
Yeah. And are hoping to sell off the naming rights to the tune of approximately 25 million euros per year.
Oh, God. Like, what are they going to make San Siro is going to become the new car park, is it?
Yeah, I think they're just gonna, I think it's Vastu.
You think that's why they're not winning well?
I'm just okay. Inter and AC Milan are bitter rivals, but they share a stadium, which I thought was great. It was a great footballing story. That these are some of the rowdiest fans in Italy, and they share a stadium even though they hate each other. And now, if they're going to build a new stadium, now there's a great opportunity here to like build 2 stadiums, or have one team stay back at the San Siro because iconic stadium. I don't know why they're moving into a new stadium that they're building for both of them.
Yeah, for both of them again. And then what are they going to share now? A car park.
Yeah.
That's where the rivalry is going to be, at the car park. Meet me down.
Yep. But anyway, that is the end of other stories in football. Or is that the name of the tag, the segment that we get?
Happy stories?
No, it wasn't happy stories.
Fun
It was
stories?
Fun stories in the world of whatever this packaging or this segment was called. We'll get better by the next episode. It's new, bear with us. But it's time to go to our favorite segment, FPL tips. FPL tips.
Did you do well?
I mean, it depends because I thought I did well considering I had Pogba in my team who missed a penalty and gave me -1. But then again, a lot of players had Pogba as captain, so he got them -2. Small joys, I guess. But I made a healthy 46 points, which is great because people like Janak Jain started at 5 points and crept up to 37.
See, Janak, you took Amok sir and look what he's doing to you.
Yeah, Prashant got 29 points, the lowest in our league. Whereas Mukesh got 50, the highest in our league.
Yeah, but I think I could have done better because I got Alonso.
You're that chooth who gets 98% in school and says, yeah, but I could have got 99.
No, I'll tell you why. Because this is a legit reason. And I feel like it's because Alonso got me 0 points.
Yeah, he didn't play.
Exactly. So whatever, he got me 0 points.
And Kiko Firmino was injured, so he didn't play either. So it's not like somebody's subbing in for your player.
You know what's spectacular about my subs? They all got 0 points.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I'm like, either I'm a genius at this substitution thing, or I do choose some really bad players. Moutinho, the Wolves boys, only Jimenez did well.
Yeah.
Thank God for him. But I think Doherty and Moutinho haven't done well. So I think my midfield just looks terrible. It's Sigurdsson got me 3 points, Salah got me 3 points, Fraser got me 2, Moutinho got me 9. Like my midfield got me 9 points.
Right.
And there's an Alisson who got me 8. So there's a lot of work for me to do in the midfield.
Yeah, a lot of people had Alisson in their teams, and that's where they made the points. I had Hugo Lloris on my bench, 10 points on the fucking bench, man.
Oh man, who's your keeper?
I subbed in Fabianski, who got me 6 points, so not bad. But
it's not bad, but 10 is always
10 is always better,
10.
as it works in basic mathematics.
And 10 is always better in life, guys.
In life, yeah.
Unless
Unless you get a 15, in which case 15 is better.
Unless you're talking about ranks, then I guess 6 is always better.
But yeah, I made 46 points. Jimenez in my team as well. Van Dijk, Fabianski, and Robertson kind of saved me. And
Van Dijk!
and Azpilicueta, who got an assist but let in a goal, so I didn't get the clean sheet points.
How many points did he give you? I'll probably get him in next game.
Aspi 6.
Okay, I could have done with 6.
You could have done with. Anybody could have done with 6. As like we said, 6 is not bad unless you have 10.
Also, Vardy got me a goal, so I was happy with that. Although there's a good chance he's not going to play, so I need to get him out.
Yeah. So for the next game week, I've got Jimenez in my team, but he's playing Chelsea away. And Pogba and Rashford in my team are playing Arsenal away. So those are the tough ones. I've got Ward-Prowse in, and he's playing he's playing Tottenham at home. So those are the tough ones. But apart from that, I think the others will give me points. I've got Robertson and Van Dijk playing Burnley at home. So
that should be easy.
Yeah, I'm expecting some points from there. I've got Aspi playing Wolves. It's a home game for him as well. And Aguero's playing Watford at home. So I'm thinking I should triple captain him.
Who? Aguero?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to triple captain. Oh, I can't triple captain. I wasted my bet. You should definitely triple captain. I think
You wasted your triple captain.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you did.
because I played triple captain on Aguero only.
Yeah.
And he in a match that he didn't play.
Yeah.
So I got 0 into 3, which is surprisingly 0 apparently. Fuck,
Yes.
man. It's not 3 points.
Our extremely useless FPL tip of the week is if you have Aguero in your team, we suggest that now is the time to transfer him out and sub him for.
Musaku.
No, you can't because Masuaku is not a striker.
No, but that's something. Get him in to check, take an extra striker out.
You can't do that. That's not how FPL works.
No, but I'm sure.
I'm just going to take this again. Our horrible FPL tip for the next week is if you have Aguero, we suggest you sub him out right now because I believe Guardiola's going to bench him for the next game. And instead of Aguero, I believe you should get in Mounier from Huddersfield. Because that is the differential that everybody wants. Only 0.2% of people own him, and he is in the form of his life at 2.5.
At a team where he's
Goals
killing
galore.
it. Oh, Huddersfield, that's the team, man.
Goals galore, because he's playing next Bournemouth. But yes, that is the show for today. Did you have fun, Mukesh? I mean, doing the podcast, not watching the Liverpool Everton game.
Yeah, I had fun.
You had fun. Yes. Are you gonna
I'm gonna feel sad for a while.
are you gonna go home and cry?
That's what I've been doing for the last 2 days. I think I'll try something different. I'll watch the Glow. I'll probably watch Istanbul again just to feel better.
Okay, definitive statement. Liverpool to win the league or not?
Liverpool to win the league.
All right, there we go. The positivity and the optimism is back. And on that note, it is time to end. Please give a shout out to Prashant Soni, who produces this podcast and has designed our artwork. You can find him on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow Mukesh on Instagram at
Mukesh Manjunath.
He
There's
gets
no
it
dot.
right. He gets it right. Once again, you can follow him on Twitter at
Muktagol, as in asterisk the goal.
and you can follow me on Instagram at Amograndive, on Twitter at Amograndive, and on Facebook at Amograndive Comedy.
And that's because his name is Huddersfield.
Yes, it is. Please do leave us a review and rate us on Apple Podcasts because it helps us getting discovered and more people will listen to our bullshit that way. And you can also find this show on any podcasting platform, including Spotify, which is now finally in India. Yay, Spotify!
Yay, I don't know how to get Spotify.
Okay, cool. He's technologically challenged and we should say bye now. Say bye, Mukesh.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye. See you next Tuesday.